Hi, I'm Shaun Reeves. I'm a computer games programming lecturer at Staffordshire University, one of the top ones for the UK for games development. Huge cohorts, development skills and all sorts for the games industry. We've got Tiger backing for a number of our courses, and we're just so lucky to be connected with so many industry professionals such as Ubisoft, Playground Games, and Red Kite.
And where is the gaming sector at the moment? Because the UK is a leading player in the gaming industry. Where is the sector at the moment, and what are employers looking for in the future?
So at the moment, if you have a look at the UK sector, its value is about 5.1 billion within the UK. Collectively, there's just over about 2,500 studios, gaming studios within the UK. Of which about 150 to 200 of them are stuff associated to gaming, but aren't actually they're not producing games. So it'll be like networking, it'll be like social media, it'll be, all the back ends of the financial sector, I suppose, as it were. In terms of what our students are working on current developments are looking at, we've got over 30 graduates who have worked on Red Dead Redemption 2, over 5 graduates that have worked on Forza Horizon 4, and that's everything from kind of artificial intelligence through to design, through to Q&A testing. Where it's going in the future, very interesting. If we have a look at the esports approach to things, we've just recently this year started an esports degree, which has proved to be extremely popular. Our esports degree isn't based on playing games per se, it's based on business management. So it's not technically run by the games and visual effects department, it's actually run by the business department. So it's looking at the business skills of running events, bringing that team, the statistical and analytical knowledge of the teams themselves, going into more professional elite competitions, performing at such a high level. So it's very business focused. We've also got a games community management degree which we're running, which is again not so much about developing or playing games as such, it's more about the research. So working with kind of UKI, one of the UK's main bodies for the games industry and the interactive industry, it's working with them and their research teams looking at a range of different methods of for example, ray tracing, or maybe looking at stats from a game sold. I mean, for example, Grand Theft Auto 5 UK products by Rockstar Games, 90 million products. It's the most amount of media products ever sold. Extremely popular, and kind of for us to be part of that is just absolutely phenomenal. The future, I think it's got a huge potential for virtual reality, augmented reality. More mobile-based VR, I think is going to be extremely important. We offer a virtual reality dedicated degree. We also offer programming and virtual reality pathway as well as one of our degrees. So again, I think that's going to be that. Apparently, virtual reality is the biggest expanding sector within the UK. So obviously there's no better time to be doing a virtual reality degree to hit that. Second is esports, but that's within the UK. I mean, it's just phenomenal, the grand scale of things and where it's going in the future. And again, the virtual reality, it's not just about creating content for games, it's about creating content for the medical sector, creating content for the motor vehicle sector as well. So the construction, Ford have been pioneering their virtual reality and augmented reality concepts with Microsoft of late, where one shift will pop the headset on, draw lines on a mock-up vehicle, and then the next shift starts, they pop the headset on and it guides them to where the previous person was and draws out all the lines so they can continue on that team collaborative development through virtual reality and augmented reality. It's just phenomenal that where it's going with it all.
And what can we learn in gamification, the future of education, with what's being developed now, where the sector is going in the future? It's a fast changing, exciting world. What can we in the education sector, and particularly the future of education, learn from gamification?
The interesting thing with gamification is that it works very well, obviously, with the younger years. So So we can bring in a gaming sort of style of learning, which is excellent. It can work for very much non-gamers as well, so more adult learners who are non-gamers. Just applying gamification to it, so a point system or a leaderboard or something, it can build that competitive edge, I suppose, with some. With the ones that are a little bit more introvert, it allows for a more distinct kind of development and success visualization. So as they're achieving things, the gamification approach to things it can kind of take the pressure away from having to achieve a percentage or having to achieve a particular grade, when they can see the gamification building up and it rising and falling as they go through the learning process with clever gamification philosophies. I think that's really useful, especially for the early years, as I said, and the non-gamers. They're kind of playing games through learning, if adopted and applied correctly. I think it's really good.
Yeah, you're doing your doctorate at the moment in artificial intelligence, which must mean you are probably one of the world's experts in artificial intelligence. Where do you see level 2 and beyond? What do you see the base level roles of the future, skills of the future for what is a game-changing change to all industries with artificial intelligence? What do you see those base skills which people should be thinking of for their learners, or learners need to be thinking of for roles of the future?
So my PhD is believable AI. So it's almost to the point where you probably don't know that you're dealing with AI. So I suppose in a way, it's aiding our learners to learn how to either develop for AI or how to work with AI for maybe data collection, big data, autonomous vehicle development. Again, it's not just the game sector, it's much bigger than that. So working alongside AI and developing for AI to make a more efficient and productive work process within whatever sector, I think that's really, really important. And we shouldn't shun away the idea that AI is taking jobs. We can just basically realign it as to, okay, so what jobs can't do, and what can we develop to move into the sectors that can bridge that gap and work collaboratively with artificial intelligence.